my wife, Judge Dia Beck, applies the law every day. And I think that's why it's very important that a justice for the Second Court of Appeals be a judge. She does not legislate from the bench. She knows what that means, and that she has to fairly apply the law as written every day. She does that. She looks at the law, listens to the arguments from both parties, and applies it fairly. She's done that since 2006 for the Texas Department of Insurance. Because of that, she understands that there are laws that necessarily aren't appealing to her personally, but she cannot make a difference in that, and that she has to apply it as written and fairly to both parties. In this position, you're going to be reviewing, as Marcus said, the results of the lower courts. And because of that, it's important that somebody on the bench have experience doing that, and Judge Dia Beck does that every day.
What is your position on the doctrine of jury nullification?
I'm sorry, on the doctrine of
jury nullification.
Nullification. What? Define the term for me.
Jury nullification is basically the principle that a jury is entitled to not just rule on the facts, but also set aside the law if they don't believe it's just.
Okay. Well, in our system here in Texas, jurors are to determine the facts. The trial court, is to apply the law to those facts, and then the appellate court, the bench that I'm running for, reviews the whole process to determine if the judge correctly applied the law to the facts. It's just been that way for as long as we've had the jury system in Texas, that jurors are limited to determination of the facts. And one thing I need to point out is that, in all due respect to Dia, what she does as a judge for the Texas Department of Insurance is review workers' comp claims to determine if the claimants have benefits. It's not the same as somebody who tries cases in our trial courts day in and day out. I hope that answered the question.
All right. I'm an electrical consultant, so this will be a little bit out of my field of expertise. But I will tell you that my wife, on a daily basis, contrary to what Marcus's opinion is a judge. The state of Texas has appointed her as a judge, and she does that on a daily basis. Because of that and what she does in applying the law, the Fort Worth Star-Telegram applied the same questions to all the candidates in the court, and they chose Dia as the one that they would endorse. I feel that this is representative of the facts that she understands the law. She has a BBA, an MBA, and a JD from the Baylor School of Law. She's taught economics at Baylor. She was elected the most popular professor at Baylor. She's been a defense contractor with General Dynamics prior to Lockheed Martin choosing that. Because of all these things, she has a life basis to apply the law and what she understands it to be. Because of that, I'm sure the question that you asked me, she would apply it fairly.
You know, she only sent you to do the opening remarks.
Yeah, well,
he's a great man.
I am the most competent, experienced candidate. I am the most reliably conservative Republican candidate, and I am the one candidate who will defeat the Democrat in the fall. If you don't believe that, think about what's happening right now in the primaries with all these Democrats coming out. I promise you, I'm ready to run energetically, politely, but energetically until the fall and win. Some of you are very interested in political philosophy. I'm a proven conservative. I'm the real proven Reagan conservative, the only one who's been active in the Republican Assembly. I was a board member. In addition to that, I'm the only one who's been active, and I have been for years, both locally and at the national level in the Heritage Foundation. And I'm extremely pleased to be able to tell you that the Heritage Alliance has given me an A rating, and today they've announced that I have an endorsement. I'm fully qualified. I was licensed in 1977 after graduating from the Texas Law School. I have broader practice experience and more first-chair trial experience than my opponents, and I helped train 2 of them. For 20 years, I taught courses all over the state for the state bar that lawyers and judges needed so they could keep their licenses, and I've done a lot of pro bono work, a lot of it. I'm on the board, for example, currently and for many years of the Texas Girls Choir. And I'm proud to tell you I'm the real grassroots Republican, and that's why people who've known me for years, grassroots Republicans from this region, from Tompock and on down, have endorsed me. Most recently, my good friend Dale Clark, the conservative mayor pro tem of Haltom City, has endorsed me. I promise that I'll be a judge who will follow the law, and as the only person with adjudicatory experience, now in my 4th term on the ZBA, I have a record of doing that. Thank you.
Terry Wilkinson for Melody Wilkinson.
Actually, Edward Wilkinson, Melody Wilkinson. Better known as Chip. Melody could not be here tonight. She had a long-standing prior commitment. She apologizes. She really would have preferred, would have liked to have been here. So stuck with me in her place. Melody is her experience and her proven leadership. It makes her the best candidate for the 17th District Court. She has been practicing law here in Fort Worth for about 20 years now. She's handled cases, everything from simple breach of contracts to mass toxic tort litigation. She's handled cases as simple as 1 plaintiff and 1 defendant, and complicated cases involving 20 or more plaintiffs and literally more than 100 defendants. In addition, she has proven leadership both within the bar. She is currently the president of Tarrant County Bar. She is formerly the president of the Texas Young Lawyers Association, which she won in a statewide election to be president of that, and was chairman of the board of the Young Lawyers Association, which is also a statewide election. She's held various positions on both the various state bar boards, including the State Bar Commission for Lawyer Discipline, the Advisory Commission on the Rules of Evidence. They're listed in her brochures as well. She's been active in community committees in various Easter Seals, Cerebral Palsy, YMCA, various other civic organizations. She has also been active in various Republican groups, Republican Women's Forum, the Republican Forum. Her experience and her leadership has actually won her the endorsement of the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. In addition, in the recent Tarrant County Bar Poll, she was voted, she won the bar poll for this race and actually got more well-qualified votes than all of her opponents combined. So I'm very proud of her, and I ask you to vote for her. Thank you.